We got to make our picks. Now, is New York Rick going to join us? I know he's a bit under the weather. Said he was going to. I don't know how he's feeling now. He's here. What a legend.
I'm here.
Wow. How are you feeling?
I think I might be turning a corner.
Wow. This is the
feeling better.
It feels like you're. Is this coming through your microphone?
Yeah,
could just be his voice too.
Yeah, maybe I'm just.
Maybe he sounds really sick.
Yeah.
Feeling all right, man?
It should be coming through my microphone.
How do you feel about this, Frank?
I mean, look, it's fine.
Wow.
Another not so passive aggressive comment.
Yeah. Look, there were a lot of changes that needed to be made for that last interview, and Eric is on the same caller, so I hadn't heard him speak until now to make any adjustments.
Which last interview?
What do I need to do?
The Fernand
You don't
one?
need to do anything. Yeah.
Does the cough thing work here, or am I doing that into the microphone?
Is that what you did where it zapped earlier?
What's that?
Go ahead and just do a little test.
I just did it.
Yeah, I didn't hear you cough.
All right, perfect. I was just going to say, for as long as I've known you, New York Rick, I don't remember you ever being sick, A, or B, sick for this long.
You know what? I'm not even sick right now. Let's just forget it happened.
Mind
I feel
over
great.
matter. I love it.
All right, it's yeah, mind over matter. Tremendous. All right, guys, UFC 285, it is here. I mean, I think that this is a big deal for New York Rick. Isn't John Jones like your favorite fighter of all time, or up there?
He's up there for sure. And I believe we will see an impressive performance out of him. So yeah, I'm very excited about John Jones coming back.
Oh
I'll say
yeah,
that.
This is a big deal. This feels big. It feels special. It's not wasting any time. The Parlay pals are gonna kill it. Should we randomize this?
Let's randomize it.
Let's go.
Do it. Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun. I actually offered New York Rick, by the way.
Oh
wow,
Frank
first.
taking the
take
first
it.
spot.
I offered New York Rick to go first and just mail in his response.
get in and get out?
Well, because he
Oh.
wasn't feeling.
Then we'll just move things along.
He can hang.
But here he is.
So that's me.
Frank is
My
first.
Frank, how we feeling?
I'm a little more nervous about pronouncing this, but Plessis money line.
Almost nailed it.
Can I hear you say it?
It's Duplessis. You just don't pronounce that last S.
Ah, that last S looks so inviting, though.
South African. Right into it, huh, Frank? Right into it.
Duplessis. So that's your pick.
That is my
Duplessis just winning money line.
Money line.
Minus 240 against Derek Brunson, who I believe is fighting in his last fight. I don't know if has he outright said that.
Yeah, I think he said.
He said a few more.
Yeah,
Oh,
two
okay.
more.
All right.
Two more.
Well, there you go. So he's fighting Derek Brunson, who's a plus 200. Important fight for Dricus because, as we've discussed, if Alex Pereira beats Israel Adesanya, there aren't, I don't know, a ton of. Well, here's the thing: if Izzy wins, then there's literally no one, and he might get a title shot. If Alex wins, maybe there's a couple other guys, but some of those guys are on losing streaks. Dricus gets hit, but he wins, and
He does win.
He's a fun fighter to watch, so a big one for him. All right, who's next?
That brings us to me.
Okay.
I'm going to take a prop, but on one of the bigger favorites. I'm going to take Bo Nickal inside the distance, minus 650. Big price to pay, but feel confident in this one.
Wow.
Minus
Good job, man.
650 inside the distance. That's it. It doesn't have to be under 1.5.
No.
Over.
Just inside the distance.
Love it. Big opportunity for him opening the main card. Love the way they constructed this. Showcase fight, if you will, against Jamie Pickett. Chael said he lost some momentum. I beg to differ. Big spot for Bo.
He gets the momentum right back if he comes out here and gets a finish in the first round.
Bo and I are good friends, so I can say this. I don't love the new haircut.
I mean, I don't know.
The old haircut was cool. It was like Bart Simpson
cool,
like.
yeah,
It was
it was
different.
cool.
He looked just different. Like now this is too ordinary.
It's very similar to your haircut.
Yeah, and I'm ordinary. He's cool. Anyway, who's next? New York Rick?
That brings us to Rick.
It's me, and if you're gonna leave Valentina Shevchenko out there, I'm gonna take it. So I will be taking Valentina Shevchenko to win money line.
Great.
Valentina Shevchenko minus 600.
Minus 800 now.
Minus 800. Wow.
Minus 800.
Are they not updating the site? What's going on here?
Yeah, listen, man. Sometimes best fight odds is slacking. I thought we were going to get a Cody Garbrandt pick out of you, Rick.
Are you referring to the great podcast No Bets Barred?
Yeah, man. I
we
mean,
discussed that.
You couldn't stop talking about how much you loved No Love.
I do like Cody here.
Wait a second. New York Rick made an appearance on No Bets Barred?
Oh, yeah, he was there. He had to plead his case for John's Bones Jones getting the win.
Available now on all platforms?
Available now. Every single platform.
Wow.
Any platform you can think of.
Love it.
Except for YouTube.
Great guys. Never met him.
Tremendous. All right, so I guess I'm last. And by the way, shocked that these two are still on the board. I don't know which way to go.
Just go with the first one.
Well, the first one that comes to mind is Ian Garry over Keenan's on. Why are you laughing?
Kind of knew
Just
you would do
because
that.
this number we're about to put up is going to be...
Or, okay, the second one is Shavkat Rakhmonov and Jeff Neal.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, Ian Garry's a bigger favorite.
Yeah, pick your poison, whichever one.
Which one do you like better?
Garry.
Ian Garry gets us to plus 113, and Shavkat gets us to plus 125.
By the way, what's wrong with a plus parlay?
Nothing's wrong with it.
To quote Rick, if you're not doing a plus parlay, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Ian Garry.
Okay.
Did you not say that, New York Rick? Are you questioning that?
I mean, that's not really the right application of it. Like, yeah, we're doing a plus parlay, but you'd want to do a bigger plus parlay potentially. I was saying you shouldn't be doing a parlay in where you're getting minus money, but either way, doesn't matter.
Sure.
We just have to be thanking Frank for taking du Plessis at minus 225.
Yeah.
We really shipped it this week and we sold it.
Well, I gotta admit, last two, I've been taking some shorter odds. They didn't work out in my favor. I was trying to be a little bit of a hero. I'm gonna play it safe this time.
What are we gonna do? Like, it's just a bounce back.
I've picked a big favorite before and watched them lose. It doesn't feel great.
Hasn't happened.
I mean, odds give you no guarantee. Anyone can lose. That's for sure.
Well, the good thing about this card is there's a lot to like. There's a lot of options. I mean, we left Shavkat on the board, H'd out Jalin Turner, as we discussed. You mentioned Cody Garbrandt. So, yeah, there's a lot to like. There's a lot going on. But in the end, I'm going with Ian Garry.
Yeah, we all get to make our own picks.
All right.
No one has to tail this.
Okay.
Plus one.
Yeah, no one's forcing you, okay? Just have fun.
That's something that people seem to have a hard time understanding sometimes.
Have you downloaded it?
Oh, yeah.
It's
on Apple and Spotify.
Yeah, it's tremendous. All right, so there's the picks. There's the parlay. Now, how about your picks?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it, bro.
Let's start it off. First up.
Wow, what's this color scheme?
It's a gold color scheme, big pay-per-view. I try to make it feel special when it's a pay-per-view. Gotten this request quite a few times. I'm not really sure why people want it, but I'm a man of the people. What can I say? To gray out the fighter that I'm not picking.
Okay.
It's kind of cool. It's like a character select screen.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, I learned my lesson last week about betting against Canadian fighters, so I'm not going to repeat that this week, going with Marc-Andre Barriault. I mean, looking at the matchup, Julian Marquez, pretty dangerous dude. 9 wins, all 9 wins coming by finish. But when it comes to his striking defense, it just is not fantastic. And this is a matchup that, despite Marquez having pretty good submissions, I think this one is going to stay more on the feet in the clinches. And I think Marc-Andre Barriault is either able to outpoint him or get a finish himself. One thing that does concern me is the knockout power of Julian Marquez, and we saw MAB get starched pretty bad against Chidi, but typically in most of his fights, he's pretty tough and he hangs in there. Another concern, seems like a ton of people are on Power Bar this week and the line's not moving too much. So, do with that information what you will. Moving on, Frank. Getting me just a little bit more exposed on Mr. du Plessis here. I did take Dricus du Plessis to win against Derek Brunson.
I love that you use that terminology, by the way. I would never think to use that, a little bit more exposed. I feel like that's real insider stuff.
I mean, exposure is something that you definitely have to be very aware of.
These terms like this, tail, fade.
Did you put any action on that?
It's like a whole other universe. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's a thing where, if you're overexposed, you're just that much more nervous. It's that much more costly if you end up being incorrect. So, now, speaking on exposure, I had 2.2 units on DDP. Now I have 2.7, so it just hurts that much more if he does lose. DDP is one of my more favorite fighters. I love watching him fight. KSW, shout out. He's exciting. I've backed him in every one of his UFC fights so far. And when it comes to this matchup, we talked about it. Derek Brunson, he's aging. He's 39 years old. He's only got a couple more fights before he's going to retire. And I feel like if this stays standing, it's DDP all day. He's probably going to end up knocking him out. We know that Derek Brunson is going to go to the wrestling. He's going to have to do it if he's going to have to win here. And the way DDP fights, so chaotic, so aggressive, I just think Derek Brunson is going to have to find success over the entire 15 minutes with that wrestling to get the win here, because if you look at his losses, 6 of his last 7 are by knockout. I think DDP is going to find a way to either knock him out on the feet or finish him via ground and pound on the ground. And I just don't know if 15 minutes, if Derek Brunson is going to be able to sustain that for 15 minutes. So I will take the much younger, much more aggressive fighter in Dricus du Plessis to get it done here. Next up, Cody Garbrandt, Trevin Jones. I took the under in this one. Trevin Jones, yes, he has never been knocked out. That doesn't mean you can't get knocked out. But Cody Garbrandt, of late, has struggled to not get knocked out. 4 of his 5 losses have come by KO. And Trevin Jones has power. I mean, we saw him knock out Bautista. We saw him finish Felipe. And on the flip side, I do think Cody Garbrandt is the better fighter in this situation. I feel like this is a massive step down in competition because those losses were against very top-tier opponents. And we've seen that he carries power. I mean, 8 of his last 10 fights have not seen the third round. So I think if he wins, there's a very real chance that he's finishing Trevin Jones. So in a situation with Garbrandt where we're just not sure where he's at in his career, how far gone his chin is. I know it held up in the Rob Font fight, but against a guy with power, he could get finished. Or if it works out that what I think he is the much better fighter, I think he can get the finish as well. So I took the under 2.5. Moving on to the main card.
Oh, yeah.
I took Bo Nickal by sub. This is when he still had the hair.
Oh, yes.
He's going against Jamie Pickett, 3-6 in the UFC. He's been finished in 4 of those. I mean, finished in the first round in 3 of them. And with this, taking the exact at a minus money isn't the smartest thing to do, but Bo Nickal is a minus 2,000 for a reason. He's incredibly talented, and on the Contender Series, both of his wins came by submission. So you're getting that number dropped down from minus 2,000 to minus 124. What is his most likely path to victory? Obviously, you can't count out, a TKO, a ground and pound. I doubt he's going to just ice Jamie Pickett on the feet, but I wouldn't be surprised if he got him down and finished him that way. If this was Juice Moore, I probably wouldn't play it, but most likely scenario I see we walk away with on Saturday night is Bo Nickal winning by submission in the first round.
Oh man, I can't wait. There's just something about his dominance, his cockiness, his confidence that is intoxicating.
It really is.
Yeah.
Me and Rick talked about it on No Bets Barred last night. Like the professionalism, the way that he carries himself, and just the dominance that he has. And I mean, he's confident, but when we talked to him just a few weeks ago, I mean, he was just like, the plan is to go out there and finish him in the first round. Yeah, but we're ready to go all 15 minutes. It's if we don't do it in the first round, we're going to try and do it in the second. Doesn't work there, we'll try in the third, and then if it goes to a decision, we plan on getting a 30-25 dominant decision. So,
were you the one, by the way, that compared him to a first pick overall in football? Like he's just been groomed for these moments.
Yes,
like a quarterback.
It looks yes, yeah. He is literally like the star quarterback of an NFL team.
He's Burrow. He's Joe Burrow.
That's the way. Yeah. He's cool. He dresses nice. He's good on the socials. He's great in interviews. It feels like he's done good. I would imagine, being in the spotlight for as long as he has, the success that he had at Penn State. I mean, I would imagine Penn State, with as good as their football program has been for however many decades, has a pretty good media training there. So yeah. Excited to watch him fight. Excited for his career. I mean, this could be the start of a really great UFC career.
By the way, you're about to get to this fight, but I'm seeing here headline: Jeff Neal plans to quote fuck up your UFC 285 parlays with an easy win over Shavkat Rakhmonov. Good thing we didn't choose him,
brother. I thought you were about to say that the fight was off.
Oh, my bad.
My stomach dropped.
My stomach dropped.
Yeah, I mean. Let's go to it then. Yeah, all right. My single play on the fight, that's okay if Jeff Neal, fucks up my parlays with an easy win, because I did take the under 2.5. I mean, Jeff Neal, he's got knockout power. Like, he can finish dudes. He looked fantastic against Vicente Luque, and by all accounts, we don't really know, if Shavkat has an ironclad chin on him. There's a world where Jeff Neal comes out here, and if he touches up Shavkat, that he could finish him. On the flip side, Shavkat Rakhmonov, 16-0, 8 wins by finish. All wins by finish, 8 wins by KO, 8 wins by sub. It's sort of just pick your poison with him. If Rakhmonov wins, I mean, I feel like it's likely going to be by finish. I was going back and watching the Neal Magny Jeff Neal fight. Neal Magny found some success in getting him to the ground in the second and third round. Obviously, he wasn't able to hold him there. If Shavkat gets him to the ground, that could spell the end for him. I mean, obviously, Jeff Neal's going to come in here confident. He's a much higher ranked fighter in this situation, but I think Shavkat is going to have success. I think he's going to be able to get him to the ground, and I think he'll be able to finish him there. So under 2.5, Jeff Neal has finishing capabilities on the other side. I feel comfortable with this play. I honestly thought the line was going to be a little bit bigger. Your H-Dow. My H-Dow too, I guess.
Oh.
Jalin Turner, I kind of botched this one.
Why?
I took it as soon as it opened. I took it at plus 165. I thought it was going to drop down. It kind of dropped for a minute and then shot back up. I mean, I've seen on some books like a plus 190 for Jalin Turner. I get it. Like his weakness would be getting taken down and just kind of controlled. And Mateus Gamrot, if you go back and watch the tape, I mean, the dude is an absolute freak when it comes to the grappling. Go back and watch that Arman Sarukian fight. The scrambles in that one is insane. The path to victory is there for Mateus Gamrot. Things that do concern me is how lethal Jalin Turner is. He is on a 5-fight winning streak, all 5 wins coming by finish. Mateus Gamrot is also coming in on short notice. Minus 225, short notice. I also just love Jalin Turner. I got a couple heart plays on this one. You know, they don't always work out for me, but Jalin Turner, if he's able to stuff some of these takedowns, 77% takedown defense, yes, you can go back to the Frivola fight where, you know, he got taken down in that one. But if this stays standing, the size advantages he's going to have, the finishing capabilities that he has, there is a world that he gets this done. A little bit more of a heart play, botched the line, not my best bet in history, but I will be rocking with the tarantula. I mean, as soon as I see him get in that octagon, hopefully he's got the spider web shaved into the side of the head. All my nerves will be quelled. I'll be ready to go. Let's get to the main event.
By the way, have you seen that filter on TikTok where you can have I'm sure Rick has seen this, a tarantula like crawling on your face?
No.
It's great. It's so real.
I'm not going to lie. I looked up like some gimmicks surrounding this. So I just typed in tarantula into Amazon and saw what came up.
Yeah.
You can get like freeze-dried tarantulas to eat.
Oh,
I would never do it, but
sounds delicious.
Sounds like something Frank would love.
It's something that really piqued my interest, and I read some reviews, and like people seem to enjoy them.
Oh, all hairy and shit. Oh.
I mean, yeah, there was one guy that was like, "Oh, it's fuzzy like a peach." Another guy was really upset that the spider was crumbled up. He was like, "Oh, the legs were all over everywhere." Like I was hoping for
like an actual looking tarantula.
Yeah.
You gotta eat it like beef jerky. You just chew on it.
I could have primed it too. I could have gotten it here by Saturday and ate one.
I'll find a tarantula. Don't you worry.
Jesus.
I still have somewhere. I got Frank's lollipop with the bug in it. Yeah, there it is. I'm still a little squeamish about this. You ever gonna pop this thing open, Frank? I mean,
you're supposed to eat that.
There's a cricket in it. I'm not gonna eat it. Thanks though. Main event.
Here it is.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like, how can you pick against Jon Jones? Like he's one of the greatest fighters.
I mean, you could pick against him. I thought he lost his last fight. It's not the craziest thing in the world.
Wow.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I was going to say the drum roll. I mean, it's really not that exciting.
Okay.
I mean, it's also, I feel like it's, we're leading up. Yeah, I was going to say, I might go a little bit longer here. I mean, it's an impossible fight for me to feel confident.
I love the buildup, by the way, that you haven't shown it on the screen just yet. This is brilliant. I don't know if you're doing this on purpose, but I'm dying.
Of course I'm doing it on purpose.
I'm dying.
I have no way to feel incredibly confident about this fight. I mean, Jon Jones, he is one of the best fighters in UFC history. That's inarguable. Best fighter, period, in history. But he is coming back from a 3-year layoff. He is moving up a weight class and coming from a weight class where he did use size to his advantage in a lot of those matchups. What's he going to look like? 32 years old to 35 years old. I mean, there's so many question marks surrounding it. I can't blame you for playing Jon Jones because of how fantastic he is. I mean, he could come out here and make this look easy. We don't know. But with all the question marks surrounding him, the move up, what I didn't go heavy.
Oh.
I took Bongamon. I took Cyril Gane by decision. Plus 333. The reason I did that,
don't hate it. Jon
Jones. First of all, he's never lost. I mean, the one on his record was obviously, by a disqualification. He's tough as a $2 steak. Me and Rick talked about it. I mean, you are going to have to put him out if you're going to finish him. There's no quit in this guy. Cyril Gane, yes, he fights at heavyweight, but he's not, the most prolific finisher out here. He's usually TKOing his opponents. I don't really see that happening against John Jones unless something has really gone off the rails here. I see this being an incredibly close fight. I think if someone's going to blow one out, I think it would be John Jones doing that to Ciryl Gane. I think if Ciryl Gane wins, it's going to be a closely contested decision. And at the number, I mean, Ciryl Gane's sitting at like plus 140, plus 145, getting about 200 extra points to take it by decision. I threw a little sprinkle on it. I don't have a ton of confidence either way. There's just too many unknowns for me to unload the clip on a play, but Ciryl Gane by decision. And if money keeps coming in on John Jones, like if we're looking at a Ciryl Gane like plus 175, plus 180, plus 190, who knows, come fight night, I might throw another half unit on just his plain money line.
Wow.
We could come back here on Monday and be like, wow, you bet against John Jones. He was sitting right there for you at minus 160. But who knows? We'll see. Cannot wait for this fight. It should be absolutely electric. Got a couple parlays.
Oh, yeah?
Chalk donkey parlays, man. I'm just taking all the juice. I'm okay with it. No Bickle. Shavkat Rakhmonov, Valentina. Another one.
By the way, this is a minus parlay, I guess, because it's less legs.
Less legs, big time minus parlay. I'm not the one that said it. I'll eat chalk all day. I have no shame.
I don't understand
I'm a juice
this.
boy. I'm a chalk donkey. Call me whatever you want. I do not care. These are my plays. You don't have to take them.
Also, to that point, when I was talking about Tatiana, and I was like, wow, I noted last weekend that I think 85% of the bets were on Montana De La Rosa. And then I was going to text you and be like, man, I don't know how you deal with these people because they're like, well, of course, there's no value in minus 750. To me, there's more value in placing $10 on Tatiana because she's such a sure thing at minus 750 than $1 on Montana De La Rosa at plus 500 because there was no shot. Do you understand what I'm saying? When there's no shot, there's no shot.
You're getting into the it's a hotly contested thing. You're getting into the just pick winners argument. There is value in betting. There is mathematical stuff in betting. Yeah, it's tough to do the just pick winners thing. It just all depends on how much of a chance you actually give someone. If you really want to get down to the very deepness of it, like if you gave Montana De La Rosa like a 25% chance of winning last week, then like you had to play her. It's, I don't know. Anyone who comes to you, you just got to ignore. They're your picks.
I just couldn't believe people were like, of course, there's no value in minus 750. Yeah, you dolts. She's a sure thing. As sure as the sun rising tomorrow. So $10 on her is better than $100 on the person who's not going to win.
I see.
Yeah, but that's only the two possible options that you're giving, right? There's also opportunities to put money on other bets that are not Tatiana Suarez, right? So therefore, you need to squeeze value out of it. Otherwise, you're wasting.
Well, I see what they're saying. There's also a beautiful argument that's made, that like people who rip on people that take favorites, it's like, there's no value, you take the dog, everything like that. And then when it's all said and done, if the favorite wins, it's just like, well, of course they won. They were the big favorite. They were supposed to. And then if they lose, they can just rip on you. It's a very nice strategy to play. Just always do that. Either way, whoever you want to bet, just bet on that. I really don't care. I mean, it's what you said. How these people are all over it all the time. One last parlay though. Prop parlay over 1.5 in the co-main and the main event, minus 141. If you look at them, I mean, shockingly for a heavyweight main event, John Jones, 15 of his last 16 have gone over 1.5. Gone 8 straight have gone over 1.5. Shevchenko, 13 over 14 in the UFC have gone over the 1.5, and Grasso, 8 over 10 have gone over the 1.5.
There you have it.
There it is.
For more, No Bets Barred, featuring special guest
New York Rick,
out right now.
Out right now
on all platforms.
All platforms.
Feel better, New York Rick.
Thank you.